So, I've made 2 phone calls reference my hernia issue. Tomorrow I will probably go by the clinic and ask them what the fuck they're doing. On another note, a very close friend of mine went in the hospital a week ago Monday. Thought he had pneumonia or something else. Wound up getting admitted. He had a refraction ejection rate of 21 or 25% on his left ventricle. Went into AFib. They evac'd him to another hospital on Thursday after doing an echocardiogram on him and then going up through his groin to check his heart. And then after that, he was evac'd. And then initially he was going to have surgery Monday. He did not have surgery Monday. He had surgery Tuesday. He is out in recovery. At this point, I'm guessing ICU. He's got 2 or 3 days of that, 3 to 5 days back on a post-surgical ward. And then at some point released. So I did a video on do one thing every day if you can. So the last 3 days, including today, I filled up 5-gallon cans. It's instead of 75 gallons of fuel, I got close to 80 gallons by overfilling the cans a little bit each. First 2 days I had 54 gallons. Today I had almost 26, so that's right at 80 gallons. So on my list of things to do is to treat the gas cans. And then I trimmed out the window, the inside, and then I trimmed the first stripping on the outside to help seal the door. The door is close to being done. I also put a deadbolt on the outside just so that I can keep the door closed from the outside and also closed from the inside, if that makes any sense. So I have one more security thing to do to it, and I may go buy a third one just to make it even more secure. So in the end, when I show you how to secure a door with a concrete foundation, you'll be like, okay, and then you'll be like, okay, didn't know that either, because there are videos out there that shows you stuff, but in the Army we actually had the same tool that the police have, breaching tools, where they can hit a door or blow the hinges off with a shotgun, 3.5-inch Magnum shells and some kind of round. I don't know what kind of round, but basically they shoot the hinges off and then they hit the door, or they shoot the deadbolt, shoot the hinges, and then the door caves in. So it's a bad time to be sick, so I'm not going to wait or be too patient. I will get in to see somebody sooner or later, even if I have to go to the emergency room, which I hate the idea of going to. You can go in that motherfucker and you come out of there with something you didn't have when you went in. So there's information out there all over the place. You got a little bit of time, but I would recommend do your medications, do some 2 weeks worth of food at least, and get some water stored up, fuel if you can. You know, fuel's a very dangerous thing if you don't store it right. So if you don't have it, if you don't do it right, so you risk blowing up your house and burning your shit down. You mess around and do the wrong thing. I would get on top of any generator stuff that you need to do. So I got other things I got to do the rest of the week, but probably next week, if I don't wind up being operated on, then I'm going to work on the generator that I've been farting around with for the last few months. I took it apart. I may put it back together because it's getting fuel, but it's not starting. So I watched a couple videos on it. I got to disconnect the plug and then see if it gets spark. So yeah, I replaced the battery on it because it acted like it wasn't cranking it fast enough. It didn't change anything. Changed the carburetor on it. It's getting fuel. It didn't change anything. So I'm going to clean the carburetor out that I took off, put it back on, and then laissez-faire, so to speak. So might just leave the carburetor that's on it. I'm just not in the mood. I do need the generator to run I gotta check the oil, make sure it's at the right level, put it on some level ground. You know, there's a lot of things out there, a lot of information out there. You know, every day there's news out of the Gulf that isn't good. Apparently they attacked fuel transporter and disabled it, crew abandoned ship, put the fire out, but now there's a ship stuck. So they stick a few more in there, and then you can do what's called battlefield shaping, where you force the ships to go into a certain area, and they just basically one after another they start attacking them, and then they get stuck in there, and then now the strait is for sure blocked off. There's also rumors of mines and all kinds of other things. There continues to be attacks around the world. I think they might be hesitant to do anything ignorant in the U.S. because there's so many people who have guns, and there are enough people that don't fucking like them to begin with that they might realize they might give people an excuse to fucking say, fuck you, we're done with your ass. So, there's a lot of the other nations in the world, they don't have guns. So, you know, they start showing their ass in Texas or showing their ass in the U.S., depending on what state they're in. You know, they might find somebody shooting that back at their ass quicker than not. I mean, even in Austin, sadly, most of the patrons of the establishment were unarmed, but the cops got his ass quick. So, not quick enough, but quick. So, keep your ear to the ground. The video I did about information is really important. You got to be able to sift through the shit, figure out what's important to you and what's not. I mean, we're in spring storm season now officially. We've had our first night of tornadoes from Texas all the way up to, I think, Pennsylvania. So, you know, smart preppers tell you to prep for what's immediately available and dangerous to you. If you're in the Gulf states, tornadoes, thunderstorms, hurricanes. Solar states, earthquakes. Drought is a problem in Texas right now. Big problem in Corpus Christi with them running out of water. And I've been saying for 6 months now that water was going to be a problem in Texas. More so than it has been because two reasons. There's way more people than there used to be, and then the data centers. They don't talk about how much water the data fucking centers pull. So, anyway, information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot, share love. Chief Prepper, out.